I'm Nathan Smith with Tallgrass TV, and you can introduce yourself.
My name's Lanre Olabisi, and my film is Somewhere in the Middle.
So tell us about the film.
So it is a romantic dramedy. Like it has moments of drama and moments of comedy about a marriage that morphs into several intertwining affairs, and it's told from three different perspectives. So you're constantly going back and forth in time, learning things that had been previously unseen.
So what was the genesis of the film? How did that get started?
Genesis of the film was it really started with me and two of my actor friends. We wanted to create another film, and we were like, okay, how should we go about doing this? We started thinking of ideas, and then somebody said, I don't remember who it was, let's just start improving, And so we started improving. I started adding more actors. So we did about 6 months of improvs, and that was the basis of the film. And then then I took the script, or I took the ideas and the improvs. I videotaped all of them, and then I wrote the script from that.
Okay, so were there particular challenges in dealing with things of a nonlinear nature, having the different perspectives? I mean, how does that change how you approach a film?
Well, it was a challenge in terms of the edit, really, right? Because when I wrote it, the way that I initially wrote it was there are three different characters: Sophia, Kofi, and Billy. And so you see all of Sophia's story, and then you go back in time at the same moment, and then you see everything the same, not all the same stuff, but you see it through Kofi's perspective, and then you go back and you see it through Billy's perspective. So some of the scenes kind of overlap, but you see it through a different lens and a different perspective this time, but most of it doesn't. So for example, like once I leave here, I'm going to go do my own thing and have my own life that you're not privy to, and vice versa, and then we might meet up again. So that's kind of like what the film does. You see those times where the two of us are together, and since it's a relationship story, we've all been in positions where, somebody might have said to us at one point, it's just not working. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. It's because of X, Y, and Z, but you really don't know the other things that could have happened, right? Exactly. So you're starting to see these perspectives and seeing how people might lie, bend the truth, and stuff like that.
Okay. So you said you did 6 months of the improv. When you guys set out to do that particular portion of the project, did you have any sort of vision as far as where you would end up now? Is it something that really was just in the improv process?
Can you repeat the last part of the question?
Well, it was just so with the 6 months of improv that you guys did, was it something? How different is it now with the finished film versus what you guys set out to do?
Oh, it's completely different. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's complete. It has some of the elements, but what I felt was really important for me about the improv process is it solidified the characters, who the characters were and what they would do and what their motivations are, and then from there it was easy to write the film, right? So it's not like from the improvs we didn't get the plot or anything like that. There was the inciting moment, if you will. There was like the catalyst of the film that we got through the improvs, definitely. But the overall structure didn't happen because I think that would have just taken way too long. And once I got the catalyst and once I had the characters, right, for me that took it took me a month to write the first draft, which is the quickest I've ever written a first draft, because I knew the characters and I knew the catalyst, so I can go anywhere from there.
So what was your favorite moment during production? Is there something that really stands out?
During production? I'm going to say my favorite moment, we ran a Kickstarter campaign, so my favorite moment was having the successful Kickstarter campaign.
Whew. Nice. Well, okay, so what is that like then? Because that's something fairly new, particularly in the history of filmmaking. So going through the Kickstarter process, did that free you up to do things you wouldn't have necessarily been able to do if you had a traditional financing structure?
not sure, to be honest with you. I mean, I felt, it's funny because you do the Kickstarter and you're like, yes, we made it, and then you're like, ugh, now what? Now what do we do? And now you're like, now we actually have to make it good, you know, because these people, you know, they were like, we had about 1,100 backers, you know, and they're going to want to see the movie, and they're going to want to see a good movie, so we got to make it good, you know, whereas before it was just us kind of playing around.
Interesting. So, I mean, do you think that that would have changed the project to some extent, right? As far as just having 1,100 people that
Right.
like you have to complete the project.
Oh well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Were there any challenges other than maybe the Kickstarter? Were there any particular challenges you had to overcome?
Oh yeah, I think there's always, you know, every film is always going to have challenges. You know, you might have personality challenges with different people on set. You might have, you know, you're always going to have the financial challenges, which, you know, you always want more money. You know, you always want more money quicker. So it wasn't. There were no abnormal challenges that we didn't have to, that we had to deal with.
So, what do you think of the Tallgrass Film Festival?
Oh, I like it a lot. This is my first time here, but it's. I've been telling everybody I'm very impressed with the level of organization here. You know, there are many festivals that I go to that are not organized. So when you finally go to one that like has their stuff together, has everything organized, has a clear vision, it's very, very nice.
So the tagline of the festival is stubbornly independent.
Right.
What does it mean to you to be stubbornly independent?
Really going after films that might not, you know, they're not your typical Hollywood fare. Going after films that might not otherwise have a venue, you know, to show their work. You know, so it's like, and I really appreciate and like that tagline.
So, what advice would you have for aspiring independent filmmakers?
My wife hates when I say this. Marry rich. Then you can make all the movies that you want. Or know a bunch of rich people. And if you're not smart enough to do that, then you just have to keep going. You have to persevere. You can never quit, never give up. You know, and it doesn't matter how long it's going to take. You know, as long as you have that in your mind, I'm gonna keep going, keep moving forward. You know, nothing's going to get in my way. Then eventually, it's going to happen for you.
Yeah. So, how can people follow the film through social media?
Yeah. Well, we have a website, somewhere in the middle. Well, actually, it's sitmfilm.com. So somewhere in the middle film.com. We also have a Facebook, but that's under the New York Independent Film Collective, which is the little group that we formed, the improv group that we formed. And we have a Twitter, but we're not really that good with Twitter. We're very much better at Facebook.
All right, excellent. Was there anything else you'd like to add?
Not that I can think of. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Thank you
very much. Appreciate it. Okay, awesome. Thank you.